disrespect is a subtle thief. It sneaks into our lives through an offhand comment, a dismissive gesture, or an outright confrontation. Often, we find ourselves caught in a loop of questioning. Did I deserve that? Should I have reacted differently? These moments linger, disrupting our peace, yet many of us accept them as inevitable. But what if there was another way? What if you could handle disrespect with calm authority, turning each slight into an opportunity for growth? Welcome to this exploration of modern Stoicism, where ancient wisdom meets the challenges of our fast-paced lives. Together, we'll uncover 8 transformative approaches to managing those who fail to treat you with the respect you deserve. Stay with us, because the most profound revelation awaits at the end, a key principle that not only changes how others see you, but reshapes how you see yourself. 1. Respect starts from within. How often do we look outward for validation, hoping that respect from others will affirm our value? Yet, Stoic wisdom teaches us that the cornerstone of respect lies not in external approval, but within ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, a master of Stoicism, reminds us, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." What color have you allowed your thoughts to take on? When faced with disrespect, our first instinct might be to demand better treatment or retaliate. But what if we paused and asked a different question? Do I respect myself enough to set the tone for how others should treat me? Self-respect is not passive. It requires deliberate action. Each interaction, no matter how small, signals to others what you value and expect. Consider this. Have you ever let a cutting remark slide to avoid conflict, only to feel the sting long after the conversation has ended? It's a common experience, but every time we tolerate disrespect without response, we inadvertently lower the standard for future interactions. Respect isn't granted, it's cultivated. It begins with our own behavior, how we speak, carry ourselves, and enforce our principles. Stephen, a respected manager, once faced a challenging team member who constantly interrupted and undermined him. Initially, Stephen chose patience, hoping the behavior would correct itself. But Stoicism teaches that self-respect isn't about enduring poor treatment, it's about addressing it with calm resolve. When Stephen finally set clear boundaries, the dynamic shifted. The team member adjusted their behavior, and Stephen reclaimed his peace. This lesson is powerful. You set the tone. By valuing yourself and acting with dignity, you teach others how to interact with you. But what if someone continues to test those boundaries? In our next section, we'll explore the practical art of defining and enforcing limits, a skill that transforms respect from a wish into a reality. If you're finding these insights valuable, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences with self-respect. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you've navigated these challenges. And if you're enjoying this journey into Stoicism, give this video a like to support more content like this. 2. Set clear boundaries. Respect flourishes where clear boundaries are established. Without them, relationships become undefined, leaving room for misunderstanding and, often, disrespect. In Stoicism, boundaries are not merely defensive walls. They are guiding principles that help us navigate life with purpose and clarity. How well do you communicate your limits? Do you find yourself resenting others for crossing lines you've never clearly drawn? Epictetus, a revered Stoic thinker, teaches us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Setting boundaries is not about controlling others. It's about defining your own values and standing firmly by them. This is an act of self-respect, and when done thoughtfully, it commands respect from others as well. Consider this scenario. A colleague frequently interrupts you during meetings, undermining your input. Each time, you let it slide, hoping they'll notice their behavior. But Stoicism reminds us that hope alone is not a strategy. Instead, calmly but firmly addressing the issue changes the dynamic. You might say, "I value open discussions and would appreciate if you could let me finish my thoughts before responding." This clear statement establishes a boundary without aggression. At first, setting boundaries may feel uncomfortable. Many fear confrontation or worry about being perceived as difficult. But ask yourself, is temporary discomfort worth long-term peace? Each time you assert your boundaries, you reinforce your self-respect and teach others how to interact with you. The discomfort diminishes over time, replaced by a profound sense of control over your life. Boundaries also extend to our personal lives. Imagine a close friend who habitually makes belittling remarks under the guise of humor. It's tempting to laugh it off, but internally you feel diminished. Addressing this might sound like, "I enjoy our time together, but those comments don't sit well with me. I'd appreciate if we could avoid them in the future." In these moments, Stoicism guides us to remain calm and composed, avoiding the trap of reacting emotionally. Marcus Aurelius advised, "A person's worth is measured by the worth of what they value. If you value respect, show it by setting and maintaining your boundaries. You are not only protecting your peace, but also sending a powerful message to others about your self-worth." Next, we'll explore the transformative power of silence, a tool that not only disarms conflict, but strengthens your inner calm. Stay with us. Stay with. 3. Respond with silence. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every rude comment deserves your attention. In a world where quick reactions are often mistaken for strength, silence stands as a powerful counterbalance. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in mastering our responses, and sometimes the most profound response is none at all. Marcus Aurelius, in his Reflections, wisely wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. When you choose silence in the face of disrespect, you are not conceding defeat. You are demonstrating mastery over your emotions. Silence is a declaration that you refuse to engage in the petty dramas of others." Have you ever felt the satisfaction of walking away from an argument, knowing you preserved your peace while leaving the other person to stew in their own negativity? Imagine a scenario at work. A colleague dismisses your ideas in front of others. The immediate temptation might be to defend yourself or retaliate. But what if, instead, you paused, met their gaze with quiet confidence, and said nothing? This pause creates a powerful dynamic shift. Your silence forces them to sit with their own behavior, often leading them to reflect on their actions more deeply than if you had responded with words. Silence, however, is not passive. It is an active choice to maintain your composure and focus on what truly matters. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By choosing silence, you shift the power dynamic, preserving your dignity while disarming those who seek to provoke. The practice of silence extends beyond face-to-face interactions. Think about social media, where disagreements can quickly spiral into heated debates. How often do you feel drained after engaging in an online argument, even if you win? Choosing not to respond to inflammatory comments not only protects your energy, but also communicates your resilience. Silence in these moments reflects your commitment to inner peace, a core tenet of Stoicism. But silence is more than a shield. It is also a space for reflection. When you resist the urge to react, you give yourself time to evaluate the situation with clarity. Seneca said, "Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue." A brief pause can prevent unnecessary escalation, allowing you to act with wisdom rather than impulse. Of course, silence is not appropriate in every situation. There are moments when standing up and speaking out is necessary to set boundaries or defend others. But discerning when to speak and when to remain silent is a skill that modern Stoicism helps us cultivate. Have you ever faced a situation where silence proved more powerful than words? Share your story in the comments below. Your experiences could inspire others to embrace the strength of silence. And if this video resonates with you, don't forget to like it. Together, we're building a community that values resilience, respect, and the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Next, we'll delve into why power struggles are traps and how disengaging from them leads to greater personal strength. Stay with us as we continue this journey. 4. Avoid power struggles. Power struggles are emotional traps. They lure you in with the promise of victory, but often leave you drained and distracted from what truly matters. In modern Stoicism, engaging in these battles is seen as a futile endeavor. Why? Because the moment you allow someone to control your emotions, you've already lost the only battle that matters, the battle for your inner peace. Epictetus, a guiding voice in Stoicism, advises us, "Who is your master? Anyone who has power over what you want or fear." When someone disrespects you, they often aim to provoke a reaction, seeking control over your emotional state. The louder they push, the more they thrive on the energy of conflict. But what if you simply refused to participate? Picture a heated discussion at work. A colleague dismisses your ideas or criticizes your work in a condescending tone. Your first instinct might be to retaliate, to prove them wrong. Yet, Stoicism encourages a different path. Pause, reflect, and ask yourself, is this a battle worth my energy? More often than not, the answer is no. Instead of rising to the bait, respond with calm logic or disengage altogether. A simple statement like, "I see your point, but I stand by my perspective," followed by a composed silence, can be disarming. When you choose not to escalate, you rob the other person of the control they seek, leaving them with no ammunition. This principle applies beyond the workplace. Think about personal relationships where someone might consistently challenge your boundaries, hoping to draw you into a power struggle. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or even a stranger online, the temptation to win can be strong. But Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in restraint. By walking away from pointless arguments, you reclaim your energy and focus on what you can control: your actions, your emotions, and your peace of mind. In today's hyper-connected world, power struggles often extend to digital spaces. Social media platforms are rife with heated debates and provocations. Have you ever felt the urge to respond to an inflammatory comment or to correct someone's opinion? Before you engage, pause and consider, is this truly worth my time and peace? Stoicism offers a liberating perspective. By disengaging, you prioritize your well-being over the fleeting satisfaction of winning an argument. This approach does not mean avoiding all forms of conflict or never standing up for yourself. Instead, it's about choosing your battles wisely. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Walking away from power struggles demonstrates that you value your peace more than temporary validation or dominance. Disengaging from unnecessary conflicts also sets a powerful example. People begin to see you as someone who cannot be easily provoked, someone who operates from a place of confidence and clarity. Over time, this resilience becomes a shield, protecting you from the emotional turbulence of those who seek to undermine you. Next, we'll explore the liberating practice of not taking things personally, a mindset shift that can transform how you perceive disrespect and criticism. Stay tuned. 5. Don't take it personally. When faced with disrespect, it's natural to feel hurt or offended. Words can sting, and actions can cut deep, especially when they seem to target our character or choices. But modern Stoicism offers a profound truth. The behavior of others is rarely about you. Their words, their actions, they reflect their own struggles, frustrations, and insecurities, not your worth. Marcus Aurelius captures this beautifully. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. The sting of disrespect comes not from the act itself, but from the meaning we assign to it. So ask yourself, am I giving someone else's words too much power? Imagine a colleague criticizes your work in a meeting. It's easy to spiral into self-doubt, wondering if their words reveal some hidden truth about your abilities. But what if their comment was more about their own insecurities? Perhaps they feel threatened or frustrated. Once you shift your perspective, the emotional weight of their words begins to fade. Consider another common scenario. A friend makes a passive-aggressive remark about your lifestyle choices. You could spend hours replaying their words, analyzing what you might have done to provoke them. Or you could embrace the Stoic mindset and recognize that their comment says more about their perspective than about your decisions. Taking things personally traps you in a cycle of seeking validation from others, a pursuit that Stoicism warns against. Epictetus teaches, "It is not things that upset us, but our judgment about things." By reframing your response to disrespect, you reclaim your emotional freedom. You stop seeing others' behavior as a reflection of your worth and start viewing it as a reflection of their state of mind. This practice requires mindful detachment. When someone disrespects you, pause and ask, is their behavior truly about me, or is it rooted in something internal to them? This simple question shifts the focus, helping you to see the situation more clearly. With time, you'll find that the same words or actions that once triggered you no longer carry the same emotional weight. One of the most liberating aspects of Stoicism is the realization that you are not responsible for how others perceive you. Your value is not determined by their opinions, but by how you conduct yourself. This understanding allows you to navigate life with greater confidence and resilience, free from the constant need for external approval. Have you ever been able to let go of a hurtful comment by recognizing that it wasn't about you? Share your story in the comments below. Your insights could help others on their journey toward emotional freedom. And if this message resonates with you, take a moment to like this video. Every interaction helps us grow as a community dedicated to Stoic principles. In our next section, we'll discuss the courage it takes to walk away from toxic situations, a powerful act of self-respect and one of the most empowering lessons in Stoicism. Stay tuned. 6. Walk away when necessary. Sometimes the bravest and most empowering decision you can make is to walk away. Disrespect, if tolerated, slowly erodes your self-esteem and peace of mind. Stoicism reminds us that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control whether or not we remain in environments that fail to honor our worth. Have you ever stayed too long in a situation, hoping things would change, only to realize it was draining you? Walking away is not an act of weakness. It is a declaration of strength. Seneca, a master of Stoicism, tells us, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." Life is too short to endure toxic relationships or environments out of fear or obligation. The courage to leave a situation that disrespects you is a profound act of self-respect. Consider James, a talented professional who spent years in a workplace where his boss regularly belittled him. Despite his efforts to improve the situation, the disrespect persisted. James felt trapped, convinced that leaving would be an admission of failure. But Stoicism teaches us to value our inner peace above all external circumstances. When James finally chose to leave, he discovered a sense of liberation and soon found a workplace that valued his contributions. Walking away doesn't always mean a dramatic exit. Sometimes it's about creating emotional and mental distance. Perhaps you're in a friendship where the other person constantly undermines you. You might not end the friendship outright, but you can choose to limit your interactions and protect your energy. This subtle withdrawal sends a clear message: I respect myself too much to tolerate this behavior. The act of walking away also applies to daily encounters. Imagine you're in a conversation that turns disrespectful. Instead of staying and escalating the conflict, you can calmly say, "I'm not comfortable with this discussion," and excuse yourself. By doing so, you maintain your dignity and refuse to feed into negativity. Walking away requires clarity of purpose. It's essential to ask yourself, is this situation helping or harming my well-being? If the answer is harm, then leaving is not only justified, it's necessary. Modern Stoicism emphasizes that removing yourself from toxic situations is not abandonment. It's alignment with your values and a commitment to your growth. Of course, walking away isn't always easy. Fear of change, guilt, or loyalty can keep us tethered to unhealthy dynamics. But remember, staying in a place where your worth is constantly questioned does more damage than the temporary discomfort of leaving. When you walk away, you open the door to new opportunities, relationships, and environments that honor your value. Walking away is also a powerful message to others. It signals that you will not compromise your standards, setting a precedent for how you expect to be treated in the future. Over time, you'll find that people and situations that align with your values naturally gravitate toward you, while those that don't will fade away. In our next section, we'll explore the importance of surrounding yourself with supportive people, a key factor in maintaining your inner peace and resilience. Stay with us as we continue this journey through Stoic wisdom. 7. Surround yourself with supportive people. In the face of disrespect and negativity, the company you keep becomes a sanctuary or a source of further stress. Modern Stoicism reminds us that while we cannot control how others behave, we can choose the relationships we nurture. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and our thoughts are profoundly shaped by those around us." Are you surrounded by people who uplift and encourage you, or do they drain your energy and test your self-worth? Supportive relationships act as a buffer against life's challenges. When disrespect threatens to shake your confidence, the right people remind you of your inherent value. They reflect back the strength, wisdom, and resilience that might feel hidden in moments of doubt. Have you ever felt the profound impact of someone's belief in you during a difficult time? Consider Paul, who endured a toxic work environment where his contributions were frequently undermined. He began to question his capabilities, but his supportive circle of friends reminded him of his strengths and encouraged him to seek new opportunities. Their encouragement gave him the confidence to leave that job and pursue a role where his talents were appreciated. This is the power of a strong support system. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and choosing to spend time with people who respect and uplift you is a choice within your power. Such relationships aren't just about comfort. They challenge you to grow, hold you accountable to your values, and provide the strength to walk away from negativity when necessary. It's important to cultivate these relationships intentionally. Ask yourself, who in my life helps me stay grounded? Who challenges me to be better? Seek out those who share your values and can offer guidance and encouragement. At the same time, consider whether there are connections in your life that consistently bring negativity or disrespect. Limiting your exposure to these influences is an act of self-care, not selfishness. Supportive people not only bolster your resilience, but also model the behavior you want to embody. In their presence, you learn how to navigate challenges with grace and maintain your integrity under pressure. Seneca wisely advised, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This is a reminder that the relationships we cultivate shape our character. It's worth noting that support is a two-way street. Just as others uplift you, strive to be a source of encouragement and strength for them. These reciprocal relationships create a foundation of mutual respect and trust, reinforcing the principles of Stoicism in your daily life. Have you taken the time to evaluate your circle? Are there relationships you'd like to strengthen or perhaps step back from? Reflect on this and consider how aligning your connections with your values could transform your life. In the next section, we'll bring everything full circle with the most important Stoic principle: respect begins within. This final lesson ties together all we've explored, offering a powerful foundation for living a life guided by self-respect and inner peace. Stay with us. 8. Respect begins within. How others treat you is a reflection of their character, but how you respond reveals the depth of your self-respect. At the core of modern Stoicism lies a powerful truth: respect starts from within. Without self-respect, even the most well-meaning boundaries, actions, or decisions lack the foundation needed to withstand life's challenges. Do you respect yourself enough to demand the same from others? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The way you think about yourself, the standards you set, and the boundaries you enforce shape the respect you command in your interactions. It's not about forcing others to respect you, but showing them, through your actions, that you respect yourself deeply. Think about Stephen, the manager who tolerated a disrespectful team member for too long, hoping his patients would eventually earn their respect. But respect doesn't emerge from passivity. It's cultivated through deliberate action. When Stephen finally stood up for himself, calmly setting clear expectations, the entire dynamic changed. He no longer waited for others to acknowledge his worth. He demonstrated it through his actions. Every time you let disrespect slide, you inadvertently signal to others that you're willing to accept less than you deserve. But when you stand firm, whether by addressing disrespect, walking away, or simply responding with silence, you reinforce your self-worth. It's not about reacting out of anger or seeking revenge. It's about maintaining your integrity and inner peace. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and the greatest thing within our control is our own sense of worth. When you respect yourself, you naturally attract relationships and situations that mirror that respect. Conversely, those who cannot meet your standard will often fall away. This isn't a loss. It's a refinement of your life, aligning it more closely with your values. Ask yourself, in what ways am I teaching others how to treat me? If there's a gap between how you wish to be treated and the respect you're currently receiving, the journey begins with realigning your actions with your values. Seneca said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Mastery of yourself means refusing to tolerate behavior that diminishes your dignity, even if it means making difficult choices. But self-respect is not solely about interactions with others. It's also about setting internal boundaries. Are you kind to yourself in your thoughts? Do you challenge self-critical beliefs that don't serve you? True respect begins within, and the more you cultivate it internally, the more naturally it will manifest in your external world. Living by this principle requires daily commitment. In every interaction, ask, am I honoring my values? Am I acting in a way that reflects my self-respect? Over time, these reflections will help you build a life where respect is not demanded, but effortlessly cultivated through your consistent actions. This brings us full circle. From setting boundaries to walking away, from embracing silence to surrounding yourself with supportive people, All these strategies hinge on one central truth: the respect you seek begins with you. As we conclude this exploration of modern Stoicism and the art of handling disrespect, remember that each of these 8 principles is a tool to help you navigate life with greater strength and serenity. Whether it's setting boundaries, choosing silence, or walking away, each step reinforces your commitment to living a life guided by respect and inner peace. Now, it's your turn. Which of these principles resonates most with you? Have you faced situations where Stoic wisdom helped you rise above disrespect? Share your stories in the comments. Let's learn and grow together. If you found value in this journey, like this video and subscribe to our channel for more insights on living a life of resilience and self-mastery. And don't forget to share this with someone who could benefit from these timeless lessons. Thank you for joining us today. May your journey towards self-respect and peace be steadfast and rewarding. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic, and take control of your inner world.